Now, before I fix the interference between the two yellow pieces, how do I get this guide rail here to match the stroke length of this blue piece? So I need to make this longer because there's nothing underneath here. So the way I could do that is go out here, and I'm just going to put a temporary constraint right here, planar align, on this face and this face. And that's the farthest extent that can go. And it's pretty close down here, but it's not right. So I'm going to go over here to inspect, measure minimum distance, and say what's the minimum distance from this line to this line. And it says it's 1.46 millimeters. So I'm going to close, go back and clear, and I'll touch on this part and move that in that 1.46 millimeters. Or I could just touch on the end right there. Now I need to adjust the opposite end. So I'll go and fit the view, clear. I need to get the constraint off this part. So I touch on the part, go down here, and I see there's the constraint, hit delete, clear, and then I'm going to drag component. I want to grab this component and rotate it around that axis and spin it in the opposite direction. Let's fit the view so I can see that better. And so now I'm going to do the same thing, planar align this with this. And that illustrates the stroke as far as it goes back in this direction. So this time I'm going to go back to inspect, measure minimum distance from this point to this face here. Minimum distance 21.87. 21.87, I'll close out of that, go back home, and I'd like to open this part and extend it 21.87. And so I'll simply grab on this face, extend 21.87. Enter. So now when I close and return, I can go back and remove that constraint I just placed on here. There's my constraints. There's the constraint. Hit delete. I'll fit my view. So now that stroke should match. We're going here to run. Right to one end, right to the other. So that's the stroke length we just figured out. So now let's fix this interference issue between the two yellow parts. So I'll select, clear everything. I'd like to go into this part and add a channel in the center. Spin that around. I'll go to rectangle by center, identify this face. There's lots of ways of doing this. This is just one of them. And I want the center of the part right there, the furthest extent, and we can make this, say, let's go 178 tab, and I'll make that, say, 4 wide, because I know the part's 2 millimeters wide, and accept that. So then all I need to do is come in and extrude this face right here. Grab the arrow and push that through. So now we've got rid of that interference. So let's close and return. Now you can see there's a channel in there.